You've been at the SAS ITF, you've just watched a bit of tennis. According to some people, this is a pretty high standard for a Group 5. What's your thoughts overall of the tournament play?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of more foreigners this time around compared to last year, and I think for a Grade 5 is very good. But I still think in the future we need a little bit more like these tournaments. We have some in Potchefstroom, but now I think Grade 5s there needs to be a little bit more on the coast. So I think a lot of the foreigners they prefer playing on the coastal. But overall, I think it's a great standard. I'm glad a lot of the South Africans are coming through, and hopefully they'll be there at the end of the week.
Stellenbosch has always been an interesting town. I mean, it's developed some good players in the past. It's got a good tennis academy, Carlos. It's got a great institution like the Stellenbosch Academy of Sport. I mean, do you think this is a good location for a tournament like this? Having travelled around the world and seen tournaments?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. It's at the university, you have your track and field around, you have open field where the kids can warm up, great weather, that everything is close by, so many restaurants, and I think Canis is doing a really good job. Plus, I mean, it's not as windy as most of the other places in Cape Town, so I think it's overall it's a great opportunity, it's a great venue, and I think a lot of people enjoy it, especially the foreigners.
There's been criticism at South African juniors that there's a lot of talent out there, but they don't work as hard as they should. You've travelled around the world, you've travelled with some of the top junior players in the world, you've been a top junior player. What does a junior have to realise, slap himself and realise that he's got to do in order to give himself a good chance?
Well, these days, you got to spend between 25 and 30 hours a week of tennis. I know it's sometimes tough for the parents to say, let's do homeschooling, but if you want to make it in tennis these days, unfortunately, that's what you got to do. You cannot not do the 25 hours of 30 hours of tennis like the rest of the world are doing. You either have a choice, organize something with the school, for example, through school, maybe do some kind of homeschooling, that you can still go to school but have a lot of tennis there and in afternoon programs. But I just don't think our kids are doing enough. Practicing and physical training, because maybe there's some top ones that's doing it, but not enough overall. And I mean, you have the academies around here in the world, and then also the one at Canis, but they actually have a great relationship with the school, so they're probably one of the few ones that the kids are actually in school, but yet they can come out of school and do some stuff and then go back to school. Other schools probably won't allow you to do that, and that's obviously a relationship that needs to be built over a couple of years. And unfortunately, that's the type of thing you have to do. For example, when I spend a lot of time in Germany, they have a whole program, a whole system, and the kids come from 2:30 till 6 or 6:30 sometimes, and that's already 4 hours of tennis every day. Monday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. So you spend a lot of time on that. So it shows you the kids are doing, but they're in a type of system. We have kids that is one good or two kids in an academy, the next one is also in another academy. They need to be under one umbrella, in my opinion. They need to be there, and they need to train there like we did back in the day with your Wayne Ferreira, your Amanda Coetzee, and that's what they need to, but we don't have that type of system. We don't have that center, a national center. That's what we need. Maybe have one on the coast, have one in altitude, but now the next time the kids play each other at tournaments, so they lose out. During the time they could have practiced with each other and then play tournaments. So every time you lose those vital hours, when you don't compete at a higher level, now you only do it every so many, often months in tournaments, and that's what the rest of the world are doing, and especially Europe, because it's so close to all the other things.
Okay, last question. A kid comes up to you and says, I watched you, I like the way you play, I want to be like a Jeff Coetzee. What's a short and simple answer to the kid? How can he be like you?
There's only one Jeff Coetzee, unfortunately. Bottom line is don't do, because I play a type of different style of play. Go out there, go do the work. Every morning, wake up. Early morning I used to do that when I was top in the country. I used to wake up before school, out of my own, no coach. Do the work. In the afternoon again, you do the same. And you eat, sleep, dream tennis, and you love tennis. Simple as that.